In this video, I am going to show you how I defeated 2200 plus attack player without any tricks, without any traps, by just simple and basic chess principles, which you can even use in your games to beat your opponents. So in this game, I was playing on chess.com online 10-minute game and my opponent played e4. I responded with e5. And after knight f3, knight c6, he plays bishop c4. We both are developing casually. And I play bishop c5, Jaco piano game, main line. And he plays c3. I develop my knight. And here he plays d3, which is also a main line, which is known as pianissimo variation. Yeah. And here I decided to copy him. And my opponent decided to make one more pawn move. He is making pawn move, first pawn move, second pawn move, third pawn move. And I decided, okay, let's castle. This lead to the principle number 1. Develop your pieces and castle early, which I followed in this game. And here my opponent played another pawn move. By the way, this pawn move is a trap. If I play something normally, he will push this pawn forward, attacking my bishop. My bishop goes to c3 and he will push it here, which will lead to trap of the bishop. So here I played with giving some escape square to the bishop by playing a6, and here my opponent castles. I played bishop e6. See, this is the rule number 3. I am having a bad piece. This piece isn't ready to develop anywhere because all are taken by the pawn. If I develop it like here, then our bishop is not controlling anything, where his bishop is so active in this diagram. So I decided to let's check it out. My opponent says, okay, I am also having bad piece, knight. So he'd go for knight to d2 and protecting bishop. I said, okay, I don't wanna trade, and I played queen d2. And my opponent said, okay, you don't want to trade, but I will force you to trade. And he played knight c5. And here, if I ignore him and just push it here, he will take, I will take, which will lead to develop my pawn. So I decided, okay, I will take, and after knight takes, this lead to rule number 3. When you are developed completely, start attacking. And there is one more rule. If opponent pieces are in your territory, you should attack him and make him retreat back. So I first attacked his knight, he moved back. And then I attacked his another knight, as I have developed my all of pieces. And instead of taking, he just moved back, which is not a problem. And here I have complete development and ready to attack. So this leads to another principle, which is known as break open the center. Whenever you are having opportunity to play on the center, you should obviously play and try to break open the center so that your pieces are going to involve the game and join the party early. So I have played d5. My opponent takes, I take it with the knight, and after knight takes d5, queen takes d5. I am having so much development. My rooks are ready to come here, and his bishop is not even developed, and his also has to move his queen. The rooks are not connected to each other. So I was feeling that I am having pretty much good opportunities. So here my opponent plays queen e2. I played rook a to d8, leading to my another piece. This leads to another principle, which is known as develop your least active piece. And here I developed my rook, which is a8, which is on a8 to d8. And here I am also putting some pressure on his d pawn. My queen is attacking and the rook is attacking at the same time. So my opponent decided to protect it by playing rook to d1. And here I attacking him the e4 pawn. Whenever you are having so much development and your opponent is not having any good position or development, so you have to always start breaking center and try to attack something. And here my opponent cannot take my pawn. Yes, this is attacked twice and protected once. But the point is that if you take me with the pawn, I will take the rook with a check like this. Yes. and after queen takes, I take, I am simply up a rook. So what if he takes with the queen? Same, I will take, and after pawn takes, this is a check, and I am again up the rook. So here my opponent retreated his knight to e1, and I goes quite. I was thinking I was winning, and in hyper mode I played this move, knight to e5, attacking his pawn, and I missed that. He can play d4. By the way, this is not a fork because let's say if I move it and he takes, then I will still get the rook for this. But the point is that after d4, he is having a great pawn structure and my weak pawn on e5, e4. So at this position, I retreat my bishop back, and he knows that it is in under pin. He cannot take, so he attack my. He first take my pawn, and I takes a takes b5, and here he developed his bishop and attacks my knight. The point is that I have to move my knight because he is also protecting his rook and ready to capture my knight. So I move my knight attacking his piece, and my opponent said, you know what, I'm never going to move backward. So he plays the move queen to e3, protecting his bishop. I said, okay, now what should I do? What is the least active piece I am having in this position to develop? Try to think about that. Let's see. This knight is quite active, putting some pressure and also ready to go forward. This bishop is also quite good at because he is not having any another position to become more active. This rook is so active, putting some pressure. Queen is at the center, is a monster. And what is the only piece which is not active? This rook. So I played rook f to e8, and here my opponent makes a mistake. He played knight to c2. Why it is a mistake? He is having a light square weakness. My queen can go there, and he is also leading his two pieces unprotected. So I immediately go for play queen b3, attacking his knight at the same time the pawn. And this is not much a bad move, but my opponent should move his knight, and if I even takes his pawn, he should just play rook to b1, and the point is that my queen is trapped. Yes. And so, but my opponent overthinks and plays this move, queen to c1, which is a big black card. Why? Try to think about the position and find the right move. You know what? This queen is protecting this bishop, which is attacked by the knight, and this knight, which is attacked by the rook. So at the same time. So this leads to the concept of overloading pieces. The queen is overloaded as it protecting two pieces at the same time. So I first takes his bishop, and after he takes my knight, knight, then I takes his knight, and I am completely up 3 points of material and winning. By the way, what if my opponent plays this move? After I take, he goes for playing rook to a3, attacking my queen. What would happen there? This is the puzzle of today. Let me know in the comment below how many of you find it. So here after I takes his bishop, he take my knight, I takes his knight, he plays rook to d2, I move back my queen to safety, and here I am completely up 3 points of material, and he resigns. So these are the 5 chess rules which I followed in this game to defeat over 2200 rated player, and you can also use it to win all of your games.